Right guys, I'm having a look at the XTZ 125. I need to look what spanners I need. Right, that's the standard toolkit. Right, so I need a 10, a 14 and a 19. Now you can see they're all open-ended. So they're all open-ended, which is not very good at all. So because they're all open-ended, I need a ring spanner. So I need a ring spanner, and I've just had a look. And what I actually need is, right, let me have a look. That's a 10. So I need to drop this gear. I need to drop that gear shifter down a couple of notches so I can actually get my foot under it without having to take my foot off it. I've never adjusted it, needs adjusting. I'm going to adjust it. It should be about a 10 milli. So that's about a 10 milli. Oil it before you take it off, guys. So before you take that off, oil it and use a ring spanner. So use a ring spanner for that, guys. Okay, so make sure you use a ring spanner for that. So use a ring spanner. Right, so for the chain, that's a 19. So that nut, I know it's a 19 because when I had a puncture fixed, I actually looked at the size of the spanner what the guy had, and it were actually a 19. So it's a 19 I need one 19, I need a 14, show you what for. You can see, look, that chain's added. So that chain's added. That's it, look. It's a chain. So they're 14s. So it's a bit hard to see actually, to be honest. 14, that's a 14. Use a ring spanner, guys. Oil it. Then you have to take this clip off. This gasket. So you have to take this gasket off. So that's what you need. You actually need a 14 ring spanner. Make sure it's a ring spanner. Or you round them off. Make sure you oil it. Oil these at the other side so they come out easy. And then do the same here, look. And that gear shifter there as well. I need to sort that gear shifter. Need to drop it like I said. So I need 10 ring spanner. So I need 10 ring spanner. 14. So I need to buy a 14. And I need to buy a 19. Ring spanner. Now for the back, let me show you. See the back there? That's a 19. Right. Make sure the spanner, let me take it down a bit. That's up. Right, just a moment. Actually, your standard kit. So when you actually buy a 19 spanner, make sure the spanner's long. You know, make sure it's long. You know, make sure it's a long 19 inch, you know. Make sure it's long, guys. You want a long spanner. So make sure it's very long. This use a very long spanner. Long spanner, ring spanner, so you've got a lot of leverage. Because you'll need a little bit of leverage. So if you've got an XTZ 125, yeah, that's what you need. You need to go and buy. You need to go and buy a 10. You need to buy a 10. You need to buy a 12. You need to buy a 14. Right, so 13, I'd buy two 13s. There's a 13 there, so there's got to be something on here that's a 13. And I'd actually make sure, like I said, you carry your toolkit on you, and that's where the toolkit goes. So that's where the toolkit goes, and I'll put it back in a moment. But it's not a good toolkit. What you're better doing actually, guys, is going right. Replace all these with ring spanner. With a ring spanner, okay. Not open end, get ring spanners. Decent quality. So that's it. I've got to go and buy 19, a 14, and a 10. Because they're 10s. They're 10s. And I will not use open end on these because I'll end up rounding them off. And at the other side of that where the sprocket is, so at the other side of that where the sprocket is, guys, there should be a circlip on that sprocket, but I don't know what's on the other side of there, and I don't know if there's any nuts to undone, but I know there'll be a circlip, so you better buying some pliers, circlip pliers. But just take it off and have a look. I'll actually, when I start to chain, and this wire, be careful of this wire, careful of that wire. Let's have a look. Yeah, I can see exactly where it is. Right, so that's the chain, look. That's the chain, it's no good, look. See? Let me show you from the other side. So that's it, look. So you take that off as well. That needs to come off when you're putting your sprocket on. Take that off. So that needs to come off, but that's the sprocket, look. Hopefully you can actually see it. So that's the sprocket and the chain. It's had it. So I'm going to have to go and buy. Needs an oil change as well. And that's where you change your oil change. Underneath there. Let's have a look. Might be there somewhere. So that's how you change your oil, under there. So that's it. I mean, actually, if I'd got a proper toolkit, I would actually take this up as well. Suspension. I'd actually stiffen the suspension up a little bit. You know, if I were in England, this bike would be absolutely perfect. But, you know, it's just a day-to-day runabout. And that's it. So that's the XTZ. So, I'm going to wash my hands. And then, I'm going to put the bike, park the bike back up. And I know for a fact, actually, it probably needs, but we haven't got the budget. Needs brake pads as well. So I'm going to nick this up as well. And how I'm going to nick that up is, let's have a look. Looks like that's a 14. So let me have a look. What size is that? 14. Well, that's a 14, look. I'm actually just going to nip that up. Just a little bit. So, just show you. So that's it. Nip it up. Should be okay. Right, so I'll take that up a little bit. And that's what I need to do, really. Change that, look. Look at that. And look at these here, look. Where this sprocket is here. Really, really sharp. So it's had it. But luckily I've got the sprocket, chain and sprockets. So, need to change them. So that's the XTZ. When I get ready to take this back wheel off, I'll actually do a video. Now these as well. See? That's on 5. About 5. Yeah, it looks like it's about 5, that. It's about 5, so that's on 5. That's to tension your chain. Right, so like I said, I'll do a video on it. So, have a great evening. Let's have a look. So, just check. I'll check it all. So, yeah, don't forget, you know, you can see, these are knocked over. It's a washer. It's a washer. Like I said, look at that chain, look. Show you. Wow, see? It's not good. So that's it. So I need to change it, but now I know I need a 14, a 10, and a 19. But they've got to be ring spanners, guys. Make sure you get ring spanners. Right, guys, so that's it. 10, 14, 19, that's what you need. Go buy, if you've got the budget, go and buy ring spanners. Do not use open end spanners because you'll actually round the nut and bolt off. Don't forget, oil the nuts or the bolts. Give it about 3 or 4 hours, or do it the night before, and then they'll undo lot easier. Right, so that's it. I know what I need now, and I think the cost, I can remember actually looking at a 19-inch spanner for this bike, and it were about 300 pesos, but it were a long, really good long one. And actually that's what I need, a good long spanner. And then, you know, I've got plenty of leverage, so hopefully I can crack on with it, because like I said, it's not looking very good. You know, you're not looking very good at all, that chain and sprocket, and it's come off once, and I were only doing about 15, 20 kilometers an hour, but I just get it a little bit, and it just took the chain straight off. So I need to get that done. So I hope you're all having a great day, taking care there. Please send super chat, please subscribe to the channel, please become a channel member. Take care, God bless guys, thanks for the support. So that's it, needs a good clean, but like I said, mostly guys, I just use the bike for A to B, so I only use the bike just to travel around. You know, it's a brand new bike, it's a year old now, bought it from new, but you know, I do know it does need a few things. It's going to actually need back pads, so it's going to need that brake drum, it's going to need back pads, it's going to probably need front pads as well, front disc pads, so it's probably going to need some front disc pads. So you know, but we ain't got budget. Needs an oil change, it'll have to wait. But the major thing really is that chain and sprocket. So we'll have to actually just go. I turn that off, that should be off. Don't know why that's on, because I always turn it off at night. Let me just check. No one's been siphoning. Right, so that's it. You know, that's the bike. Yes, it'd be nice if it was a 250 or a 300. But like I said, a low power bike's quite good. So, hopefully we can crack on with this week, and I can make a video. Right, guys. Very, very hot today. That's the Canlahan volcano. The dogs are laid out relaxing. Right, have a great day. Hello.